Go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be making a vegan pumpkin and butternut squash soup. And I'm going to go through the ingredients and then crack on with this delicious soup, which you can have with toasted bread or croutons or maybe whatever you like. So I've got some herbs, some celery, some leeks, some onions. These are white large onions, some butternut squash and some pumpkin and some coconut milk. And I'm going to go over to my pan, which is here. If you haven't got a big pan like this, you could always use a smaller pan like this one, which is good. And it's very tasty, and it's also good to get your children involved in eating vegetables as well. Because butternut squash is particularly sweet, and pumpkin's always good, because I know in the States, people grow pumpkins, and even in the UK. So I'm going to get some of my onions, take it over to my pan with my healthy spatula. I'm going to turn the pan on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to empty some of these onions in. I'm not going to fry them all off at once.
Put it all in.
Chef told me to put it all in. So I'm going to put that over there. Oops. And I'm going to stir these. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone in this miserable, not very nice quarantine lockdown day? Folks, it's all about having a go. You don't have to be professional, you don't have to be qualified, it's all about having a go. And children, if you want to have a go with your folks, remember, let mum and dad, whoever looks after you, to cut things up, because we don't want any fingers like Sweeney Todd in our soup. So remember to ask permission first. But it's also very good to get children, as I said, to eating vegetables. But if you didn't have butternut squash or pumpkin, you couldn't get hold of pumpkin, you could just use butternut squash, couldn't you?
You could put carrot in it as well.
Yeah, because carrots are very good for you children because they make you see in the dark. Now I'm sweating these onions off until they're translucent.
Yeah.
That's a technical term that I believe that makes the onions clear, yes?
It makes them, yeah, in parts from all their flavour comes out.
Because onions are a very important part to this soup.
It is. Lots of the flavour is built up in the onions.
It is. Now remember folks, I'm not a professional cook. But I'm having a go. It's all about having a go and trying your best. If it doesn't turn out as professional as a professional chef would do, then so be it. I'm sure it can be very tasty and very enjoyable. I've been making soups for a long time, so I'm sure it's going to be delicious when I've finished. So I'm now sweating off the onions, and they're actually getting a little bit clearer. And then when these are sweated off, I'm going to add in the rest of my complements, which is my leeks, my celery, my herbs, and my butternut and my pumpkin. And then I believe at the end we're going to be blending this down. This is quite therapeutic actually, and it's quite warming on a day like today, but it's particularly miserable out there. But folks, tell us what you'd like us to make. What would you like us to make? Leave me a comment below and we can let us know what you'd like us to make. Whether it's a cake, whether it's a pie, or whether it's a soup. Whatever it is, let us know, and we'll get back to you and we'll try and have a go. I'll stir in my onions. This is good for a workout. If you've had too much wine the night before, then you can sort of like get yourself going with your stirring. So it's quite therapeutic, but at the moment my arm's aching, but I'm giving it a go.
You need me to stand in and help you out with the stirring.
Because Peter's desperate to have a go, so we'll let Peter have a go now because he's desperate to have a go because he thinks I'm going to fuck it up. So he's having a go because he's going to go faster than me because he's a man, and he's stirring the onions. So what are you going to add in next, Chef? He's not adding anything. He's gone quiet.
I'm going to add in my leeks and celery.
Do you have to, answer this question, do you have to part boil the celery if it's, or do you just cook it straight from being raw?
Straight and raw. It obviously finds more flavour in it. I was going to boil it out, you remove some of the flavour.
Okay.
1 tablespoonful of fresh thyme.
Oh, okay. It does smell very nice actually, I have to say. And you're going to mix that in together?
Yeah, give it a good old mix up.
If you can't get thyme, what can you use? Can you use mixed herbs?
You can use a dry herb, it'd be fine, quite adequate. I mean, we got these from the market and they were fresh, so we used.
Oh, that's nice. It's always good to get fresh herbs, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also in better weather, you can grow it in your garden.
You can.
As I did last year.
I think we're going to have later on in the year. I think we're going to and have a go at redoing some good growing and gardening again like we did last summer.
I enjoyed that so much. I grew some tomatoes, ladies and gentlemen, which was really, really good. But at the moment, it's not. You can't go anywhere to get anything. So
yeah, we're looking forward to at some point when we get in a greenhouse.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah. And Peter's just stirring away.
Sweating off your veggies.
Now he's going to add in his butternut and his pumpkin.
There's your butternut squash. There's a little tip for you. Put the whole butternut in the oven at 200 degrees centigrade and cook it for about 45 minutes.
And that makes it soft, doesn't it?
That will soften the skin up and make it easier for you to peel it.
I was just going to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. That's a song title. Go on then. Because I'm going to put that in.
Yeah, I don't like that. Give it a second. It's just starting to soften.
I'm not allowed to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Peter does not trust me. No, Peter does not trust me doing it because he'll think I'll cook it up. But if you want me to make something, you send me a message.
I'm just doing the stirring for you.
You always do it.
Stir.
Yeah. It's a long process.
It's not. It's once the soup starts to sweat down, the onions soften up, and they start to go a bit translucent. Or they impart all more of their flavours from the steam and the heat. You'll get more flavour out of the vegetable rather than just throw it straight in there with liquid and so forth. You get a more concentrated flavour by sweating it down.
If I was making it, what I would do, just put the vegetables in, boil up a kettle, put the water in, put some stock cubes in, and then in case they put a bit of chicken in. And last week, or the week before, I made turkey broth, which was absolutely beautiful, and everyone liked that. I did it with a carcass, so you can also use bones from a chicken or turkey carcass.
I think that was left over from Christmas, wasn't it? Turkey?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Turkey carcass?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I got a turkey carcass, and it made the most beautiful soup. But this is 100% vegan because we're using vegetable stock, not using any animal-based products whatsoever. So for all you vegans out there and vegetarians, this is delicious.
Yeah, that's other soup we did when so popular.
It was the vegetable soup, wasn't it?
It was. So we'll give it another go.
We're going to do another version of the vegetable soup. This is butternut and pumpkin soup.
Now we're going to add some coconut milk in that to sweeten it up a little bit and give it a bit more sort of flavour.
If you haven't got coconut milk, what can you use?
You could probably use one of your soy-based creams.
Yes, that's all right. Yeah, and this is all plant-based, really, isn't it? Because the coconut thing is not. It's mixing away.
There you go. We've pre-roasted the pumpkin. Obviously, by roasting it, you're going to make a much better, concentrated, stronger flavour.
And how long do you roast that for?
This one in the oven for probably about 25 minutes.
And if you can't get pumpkin, what can you use?
Butternut or any other squash.
The pumpkin's
really.
Quite seasonal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely seasonal. You can get it most all year round, but certainly in the States and certainly in the autumn and sort of.
Yeah, because people grow them, don't they? Have competitions.
People
have competitions, don't they?
That's right. There you go.
Are you going to put your pumpkin in?
Put your pumpkin in.
There you go.
How many butternut?
And the butternut squash is going to go. I'm going to have a go at mixing.
You can have a go now. All right, we'll have a swap round of duties.
Now, it's all about having a go. Oops. Oh, this is hard work. Now remember, folks, to hit the channel, check out the channel, hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe because it's free. It helps the channel out.
Yeah.
And we want to hear from you what you'd like us to make. So don't forget to do that. And beside me, I've got some vegetable stock, which is pure vegetable stock, which was prepared earlier because it does take a while to make that. But we're going to add it into the soup in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I think that looks.
That looks like ready for stock to go in.
Well,
do you want to really hold that for me, or do you want to?
No, I'm going to have a go. I'm just going to get my ladle. And if you haven't got a ladle, I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. But it's quite therapeutic, actually.
And our lovely mealy induction stove doing another sterling job.
Yeah. Remember, you can only use induction pans on here. Don't use, and if you've got an induction hob base, don't use another thing because it will fail.
Yeah, and you will end up with causing the machine to go doolally on you.
It's a bit like me. Sometimes in these lockdowns, it's very, very difficult. But if you're cooking and having a go, then try new things, as I am. There we go. I've spilled some. But it smells so lovely. It smells so lovely. And we're going to blend this.
We'll blend it at the end, yeah. We'll cook it out for probably about half an hour, 45 minutes on a simmer. and then it should be ready to blend down, and you can finish the seasoning then.
But the only problem is, ladies and gentlemen, I actually broke the blender. So
Somebody dropped it out of the cupboard and it shattered all over the floor.
so we are blenderless.
Blenderless.
So it might be like this. It probably will be like this.
Could be a chunky soup.
I like chunky soup. There's nothing wrong with chunky soup. So I'm going to add some more stock. This is like pouring out wine. Then I'm going to add my coconut milk. This is the plant-based bit as well. So I add all this in.
All going. And that'll melt in.
There we go. You can get coconut oil from milk from most supermarkets. They all sell it. Just makes it a little bit creamier and a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
It looks lovely.
Lovely.
That's fine. There you go. Look at that. That looks delicious. Now we're going to let that simmer.
Let it simmer for about, as you say, 45 minutes.
And we'll be back with the finished product. And we'll see you later. Bye bye.